guys, Peaches here, and in today's video we are going to be doing another food challenge with these, the hot chicken flavour noodles for Black Packet. And apparently these are not as spicy as the red ones I done on the channel, which I done a few months ago. I'll have a linked in the in the corner of the screen and in the description if you want to watch that video. The only difference is I'm not going to be skipping the part where I'm eating, because a few people didn't like that, and I want to make sure my videos is the best for my audience. So these, as of recording this video, are still in date. These expire the 15th of April. Today's date is the 7th of April as of recording this video. And I like the other noodles, 530 calories, nutrition and everything. And they like the other noodles, but not as spicy, apparently. We'll be testing that. And I've had these before. Okay, so welcome to the kitchen. You can see we've got our noodles there, our pan there. So we now need to get water in that pan and bring it to the boil to cook those. Okay, so we now have our 600 ml of water. That needs to go in the pan and we need to bring that to the boil. Okay, so the water is now boiling. These go in there. So let's take them out of the packet and put in there. Our noodles, in your go. And now let's our noodles cook for about 5 minutes, and I'll get back to you as soon as that's cooked. Voila, I think these noodles are now cooked. I have tasted one and they taste soft, so I believe these are cooked. And because I'm using the camera strap, I might actually be able to do sieving them with 2 hands while the camera's holding on my chest. So let's try this. Let's take these over to the sink and sieve our noodles. There is always one noodle on these for sticking to your pan, so screw you, little noodle. So now our noodles are strained. Let's take these over to our bowl and put those in there. So now let's add the spice and the chili flakes to these. And our spice looks about the same as the other noodles. Oh dear. Oh no. They literally look about the same chili extract as the previous ones. So, oh, these are gonna be fun. Now, let's put our chili flake in and our seeds and stuff. So, we have to put all of this in. That's the rule. Everything has to go in. Now let's mix our noodles. There's our noodles all mixed together. Let's go upstairs and test these noodles. Okay guys, so our noodles are now done. And as you can see, they are a similar colour to the red ones, but they don't smell as spicy. So on this part of the video, I'm not going to skip it like I did with the previous one. I'm going to have this as full raw footage, talking about the noodles. And again, no drinks, because drinks make it more spicy. So let's get some noodles. And let's eat these noodles. Bottoms up. I can feel the spice building already, but they don't feel as hot as the red ones. They are burning a little bit, but they're definitely not as hot. Yeah, these are a bit more palatable. If you like your spice, I would recommend these, because these, I could eat these any time of day for lunch or dinner or breakfast. These are not as hot as the red ones. And I can eat the red ones, but I wouldn't have the red ones as much as I would have these. These ones are more mild, and these are not very hot. And they're probably as hot as a Bombay Bad Boy pot noodle. If you're in the UK, you know exactly what I mean. These are about the same heat as those pot noodles. And granted, they are better noodles, but you kind of think of it as hot as chili pepper. It is spicy, and it is burning the back of my throat a little bit, but it's nowhere near as hot. Nowhere near. Eventually I might get some chopsticks for these, as I believe, because these are Korean, you're supposed to eat these with chopsticks. And I'm already through about half, and this has not been going as long as the other video, because if this was going as hot as the other one I've done, my eyes would have been watering by now and nose running, and it's not. Kind of disappointed now what these are. People say these are spicier, and they naff. These are not as spicy. If you want to make these spicy, I would suggest adding some hot sauce or even Tabasco to this to make it a bit more of a kick. Because these are spicy, but if you want to make these spicy, these need a bit of extra heat added to them. As these are not spicy at all, really. And 5 minutes in, I'm recording, and my nose is starting to run now. I sniff a little bit. So, it's really not that spicy at all. Compared to the red ones, those were spicy. And a clean plate. Let's now sit probably for 10-20 minutes. See if the spice builds up. I can feel it burning my lips a little bit, but that's about it. Yeah, these are just not spicy. I know a few people are going to ask me to do the one chip challenge. Maybe at some point. But I know that challenge is really hot. Ridiculously hot. So I'm still debatable about that one. And Spicy Noodles and indigestion before doing this video. I'm going to have fun later, aren't I? I probably shouldn't have had the noodles while I've got indigestion. It just makes it a little bit more entertaining. But thankfully, most of the spice is dying down now. My lips are still burning and about there under the tongue is burning a little bit. Which isn't too bad, honestly. Think of spicy ramen noodles or Bombay bad boy pot noodle. It's about the same spice as that. So these are really not that hot at all. And I don't know if I'm going to go for 20 minutes. As the spice is not really building. It's just lingering on my lips and under my tongue. The heat. And that's about it. It's not lingering and building like the other ones do. Oh, I can feel my eyes starting to water now 8 minutes in. So it's a much slower burn than the red ones. And eventually when I come to myself to do the ghost chili ones, that's going to be entertaining. Because I saw how hot the red ones was. Imagine 1,000,000 Scoville units. Yes, they're gonna be hot. I think the next hottest ones from these ones will be jalapeno or habaneros. I think the next hottest from the red ones. I don't want to try all the different packets. The ghost chili ones I am nervous about because them ones are very hot. But if you guys want to see the ghost chili ones, I will do them eventually when I can get around to getting some. And it's coming up to 10 minutes in on this footage. So I can feel the burn dying down in my mouth now. And my lips have pretty much died down the burn anyway. So, isn't hot. I don't know why people say the normal packet ones are hotter than the red. Seriously, if you say the black packet standard hot chicken ones are hotter than the 2 times spicy red ones, then you can't take your spice if you say that one's hotter. It's not. It's about half as hot as the 2 times spicy. So about 4,000 Scoville. Whereas the red ones are 8,000 Scoville. So they're not nowhere near as hot. If you wanted to make these hot, add a bit of hot sauce. Add some jalapenos. Add some habaneros. Add some ghost peppers if you want to make this hot. Because these are nowhere near as hot as people say they are. But it all depends on if you can take your spice. Some people just can't take the spice. But whereas I could take my spice, these are not hot. These are really not hot. And it's coming up to 12 minutes. Funny enough, I'm actually going to be doing my dinner straight after this video. And people think, why am I doing for dinner after this video, which will probably be about 9 o'clock when I do my dinner? Because these are just not hot and they're noodles. They're not really meant to fill you up. For me anyway, these don't fill me up at all. To me, they're just a snack. So, yeah, these are not hot. And if you're wondering what camera I was using for the footage downstairs, I was using my camera rig. And it has a viewfinder, the camera light, which has the nicer footage. That one I use for recording light. And a spirit level, and it's on this metal rig, which has been extended and modified to fit my camera. This is pretty weighty. This weighs, with all this stuff on, about 2 or 3 kilograms. I haven't rated it fully yet, but if I weight this while editing this video, I'll have the weight of this camera down on the screen as the weight of this all together with all the stuff on. And you're thinking, why the hell do you need all of that on your camera? Well, this camera doesn't have a flip out screen, so the viewfinder shows you what the screen's showing you. Spirit level pretty much shows you the camera's level. Recording light is mostly for if I'm using it at a event, people can see a big bloody camera with a flashing light on it. That light as well, that one people will see quite easily. That light's for getting the different colour tones and making the camera look nice and crisp on photos and video. Essentially, it's basically a little soft white light box for your camera. And my plans are, I am planning to fit probably a clamp here, a C-clamp on the side of a camera rig, so I can fit stuff like a power bank on the side like so. And that is for, I've also got a mount for a phone mount which will be used for the camera charging docks. I can have that charge a camera battery while I'm using a camera battery, so I'm able to charge on the go I'm able to charge a camera battery while I'm on the go, while one's recording in there. And that's very useful, because if you're like me and you're at a firm meet or a convention or an event, I'm usually there all day, or most of the day anyway. So because these batteries on this camera are only 1100 milliamp hour, and my 360 one is 1200 milliamp hour, it makes sense to have multiple batteries and have batteries on charge while I'm out of these events, so I can record for longer, basically. "16 minutes in, the spice has pretty much gone. My lips are not burning as much anymore. My mouth has stopped burning. And my eyes and nose are not running as much anymore. So I think this is where we might end the video, because the spice has already started to die down and it's pretty much died. So compared to the previous video on these spicy noodles, the red packet 2x spicy ones, these have only took about 17 minutes for spice to build up and die, which is shorter than the red packet, which took about a total of 20 minutes before I edited the video. So these have already died down quicker than the previous, and I think this challenge is done. So my opinion is, if you like spicy noodles as an everyday thing, these are more something you would have every day, and then the red packet ones are something you would have as a treat every so often. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what other food challenge you would like to see me do, and what other types of noodles, if I can get hold of them, you would like to see me do. This is Peaches signing out.
No.